Let's talk about Joseph McCarthy, because every time someone says this isn't who we are, I just want to ask them, have you actually read American history? Because we've seen this play before. We've seen what happens when a man with no proof, no plans, and no shame gets a microphone, and the country lets him run wild with it. McCarthy was a junior senator from Wisconsin in the 1950s. Barely known, barely respected, but he figured out real quick that fear gets attention. Sound familiar? So in 1950, during a speech in Wheeling, West Virginia, he holds up a piece of paper and says he has a list. 205 communists working in the U.S. government. That was a lie. He never showed the list. The number kept changing every time someone asked him about it. But by then it didn't matter. Headlines ran, senators panicked, and McCarthy became the face of anti-communist hysteria overnight. He launched a campaign of baseless accusations, going after government workers, professors, union organizers, and especially anyone in Hollywood. It didn't matter if you've never been in a political party your entire life. If he named you, you were blacklisted, fired, investigated, destroyed. And the beauty of his plan is that he never had to prove a thing. Because the second you defended yourself, he would always come back and say, that's exactly what a communist would say. It was the ultimate setup. No evidence, no due process, just guilt by association and paranoia sold as patriotism. And people let it happen because they were scared, because they hated communism more than they loved truth, because it was easier to sit down and shut up than risk being called un-American. And McCarthy milked that fear for 4 straight years until he made one mistake. He went after the Army. And in 1954, during the nationally televised Army McCarthy hearings, a lawyer named Joseph Welch finally said what everyone was thinking. Until this moment, Senator, I think I never really gauged your cruelty or your recklessness. Have you no sense of decency? I know we've heard that last line before. That was the moment that cracked the spell. McCarthy was censured and his power collapsed. And by 1957, he was dead, drunk, disgraced, and irrelevant. But here's what nobody wants to say out loud. It wasn't just about one man. It was how easily America let him rise. The press gave him airtime, Congress gave him cover, and regular people gave him silence. And now, decades later, we see it again. Different names, same tactics. Still no proof, still no shame. Still calling dissent disloyal. So the question isn't, could it happen again? It's, did it ever stop?